If you've ever said, my hair doesn't grow, if your hair feels like it hasn't grown at all in years, then you're probably misdiagnosing the wrong problem. Because for most people, the issue isn't actually growing. Most people who feel stuck, they're trying hard, washing, buying miracle products, hoping to grow their hair, greasing their scalp, they're putting their hair in a protective style. They're taking care of their hair, cleansing it, often styling it, buying good products. And yet, when they look in the mirror and stretch their hair or compare photos from years ago, it feels like nothing has changed. I get it. I've been there. It can be discouraging. The issue is usually the ability to retain the ends of your hair. And once you understand the difference between those two, your entire relationship with your hair can shift. Because if you're alive and in fairly good health, then your hair is probably growing. The issue isn't growth. It normally never grows. It's actually retention. Hair growth is biological. It happens internally on the cellular level. It happens without your permission and it happens without your effort. And your follicles respond to blood, to nutrients, to hormones, and to time. They don't respond to frustration. They don't respond to trying harder. So when someone says, my hair doesn't grow, they're not describing a biological failure. They're describing a pattern.
On average, hair grows about half an inch a month, and that's normal. It means in 1 year, the hair grows around 6 inches. The growth is automatic.
Now, pruning, tangling, styling, brushing, combing, tension, friction, you lose about half an inch. What does your hair look like after a year? Most people are focused on the wrong problem. Hair leaves just as quietly when habits are not aligned. And this is where a lot of the confusion comes from. Retention happens when stress and manipulation is reduced. Now here's a pattern I see all the time. So with love, this video is when people describe their routine, everything sounds right on paper. They wash their hair every week to 2 weeks. They're keeping their hair moisturized. They're wearing protective style. They don't really use much heat. And yet they feel stuck. Their hair always returns to the same length, experiencing different issues, single strand up. They're finding the fullness is the same. They're getting frustrated over and over because they believe what they're doing is right, but the results aren't matching up. But the consistency doesn't mean doing your hair all the time, every afternoon, every evening, every morning. When you really slow down and observe, no judgment, the ends are never free. Moisture is applied only when it's dry. Protection happens mostly for appearances, not for friction or stress. This isn't about neglect. Far from. It's about over-management. Hair doesn't always have to look active. And when people finally change, it's because they've created intentional space between manipulation. It's rarely because of a product. It's because they create space between manipulation, between the urge to do something. Once the hair is given time to recover, to retain moisture, to remain undisturbed, the length stops disappearing. And it's not because the hair is growing faster, but because it's finally getting a chance to thin uninterrupted. This way of thinking is part of what I teach my community, my clients, because hair growth is usually happening quiet, but equally something else which you can get control of. If you want support without pressure, guidance without judgment, and a space that actually feels safe, welcome to the Healthy Hair Care Club. This is a space where self-care is taken seriously, where natural beauty is celebrated, where looking after your crown is intentional, not guesswork. Inside the club, you'll find education that makes sense, so you understand why you're doing what you're doing. You'll find conversations within the community, so you'll realize that you're not the only one navigating this. And you'll have resources, recommendations, and member discounts that you can come back to at any time, any season, your hair and your life changes. So if you want less guessing, more confidence, more calm, the club starts self-guided with the options to get hands-on support and guidance whenever you need. So if you're ready to stop second-guessing yourself and start caring for your crown with intention, join the Healthy Hair Care Club. Start where you are, explore it for free, see how it feels, and we'll take it from there. See you on the other side.
Bound by no limits, I rise, turning my doubt into fire. It's my story I claim. I rise in my own name. In unity we find strength and clarity. We change what comes next.